Lisa was our demonstration subject this morning, and she told me something at the break that I would just love it if she would stand up and face our webinar friends too. Do you mind?
I was just telling her that my hip is about 95% improved from what it was.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes and no. We can live our lives with yes and no. If we can just hear that clearly from our guides, we can live our lives and we can conduct an effective healing session. Yes or no? Is this topic complete for now? Is the session complete for today? We need to be able to receive yes or no. Signals can come many ways. We can feel them in our hands. If that's your way of sensing that, now, everybody has some way of sensing subtle energy now, yes? So what we're going to do is take that skill and apply it to the higher dimensions, channels up, focus up to our guides, and we're going to start to ask our guides to show us yes and no. When they are communicating with you, when your guides are communicating with you, how is yes going to feel, smell, look, taste, sound, whatever your sensing mechanism is? How will no feel, taste, look, smell, sound, right? We're going to start with something with as little emotional content as possible. Diane's question this morning, working with family, points out it's really difficult to work with people who we have connectivity with on both ends. It's very difficult with ourselves to work with ourselves. So before we start asking our guides the big questions like, should I get married? Should I get divorced? Should I move? Should I have a child? Should I change careers? Don't start with those. Let's start with, is this black or white? We're going to start with something with as little emotional content as possible to get how the signals feel, look, taste, smell, whatever sensing mechanism you use, and then practice that in our lives. When we start with black and white, and some very literal-minded people like myself would be sitting out there saying, well, it's more of a charcoal gray, so we will simply have to, can we come to an agreement that this is close enough to black to call it black? Yes. Call it black. Yeah, it's close enough. Can you see it in webinar land? Let us know. And if not, we'll try and figure that out. So friends, whatever your most comfortable sensing mechanism was in our morning exercise, focus on that, but with the channels up. Your focus up to the guides. Draw your focus up to your guides. It can help to physically push those energy channels up. Push them up. Focusing up. We're not looking for body wisdom. We're going for a deeper wisdom. The body often doesn't know what the problem is, especially if it's a past life problem. Asking a body what's the cause of a knee pain when it's a past life knee pain can make the body feel bad. How does it feel when somebody asks you a question you don't know the answer to and then keeps asking you? Not good. The body doesn't always know, so we go past body wisdom. The next stop is usually higher soul. People get very connected to the higher soul. The higher soul, our higher souls, how can I say this? Our higher souls are that aspect of ourselves that is most advanced. And of course, it is a wonderful aspect of self, and I mean absolutely no disrespect to the higher souls. Goodness gracious, such an honor it is to work with higher souls. However, we're still incarnating. We're still hung up on stuff. Patterns repeat lifetime after lifetime. Think about it. A past life problem that's carried forward into the body. In between that, you were dead. You were only your higher soul. If your higher soul knew how to fix this, It would have fixed it. It would have solved the problem. It would have been healed. Past life traumas carry over for millennia. Millennia. So we have to go through the higher soul. Thank you to the guides. To the guides. Who are the closest element of true higher dimension presence that we can access. And they know us best. They know us best. So, channels up to the guides, focus up to the guides. Using the sensing mechanism you're most comfortable with, let's start to ask your guides to show you what yes feels like and what no feels like. So I'm going to ask very basic questions. Is this black? Is this black? Asking your guides. Show me what yes feels like, looks like, sounds like. Give me an experience of your communicating yes to me. Is this black? Is this black? Is this white? Is this white? Is this white? Is this white? Is this black? 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 Is this white? Notice how it feels at the shift, when the question shifts. Is this white? Is this white? Is this white? Now, who notices something without a prompting? Oh, excellent. Shout out. Just shout out. What do you notice for yes and no?
Neon flashing. I mean, it was silly. I laughed.
Perfect. Somebody else.
For yes, for no, I didn't feel anything. And for yes, I have light wings that are
Yes.
attached to my back.
Yeah.
And that
Fluff
starts
stuff.
to, yes.
Anybody else? Shout it out. Linda.
I just felt when it was yes, there was just this peaceful energy that came down. When it was no, it just went, I almost choked.
Yes. Anybody
A
else?
lot more subtle than that. Yes is maybe warm, slightly warm, and no is slightly cold,
Perfect.
but very subtle.
This is subtle energy. Hold on, friends. This is subtle energy. It's all subtle. This is not going to be anything except subtle. We learn how to listen quieter. Thank you for saying that. That was perfect. That was perfect. Anybody else? Diane.
A yes, I feel them touching me in my left hand, and a no in my right hand.
Interesting.
That's
Mine
funny,
was
because
the
I'm
opposite.
feeling the
Yeah,
exact
mine was
opposite.
Mine was
See,
the opposite.
perfect. Opposites. Perfect. How it
I'm
is
feeling
how it
no
is.
here, and yes here.
Can you see how dangerous it can be for you to tell someone how they should feel it? Yes. Lashana.
For yes, it was like I got this clarity up and down. And for no, I just started to, like my channel move like,
Ah, I get pulled forward for yes. Whew. Yeah.
Three from the webinar here. One says, not really trusting or knowing if it's me or my guides, voice in my head saying yes and no. The second one is, I notice my hands are full of energy for yes, and the energy fades for no. And he notices the answer in his heart. Yes is a burst of happiness. Yes is a smile and a nod. No is a frown with a hand motion like a side swipe.
I like that. I like that.
And then another one, my higher guide, grandmother wasn't.
So the not sure if it's you or your guides, having the intention to listen to your guides, channels up to the guides saying, I want to hear my guides, I want to hear my guides. We'll go through it again. This time, I wanted to try that without telling you common reactions, but you've already said many of the common ones. So in the hands, warm, full, and tingly can be yes. Cold and closed and empty can be no. But that's just some ways. You see, how you feel it is how you feel it. Feeling drawn toward, it can feel yes. Feeling pushed away can feel no. Breath free and easy can be yes. Breath tight and compressed can be no. Feeling light or heavy, open or closed, yes and no. But those are just common ways. How you feel it is how you feel it. Auditory is very easy. You can hear yes and no. Visual, often very easy. Red light, green light are common. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yes, no. Hand signals are common. They're common. Happy and relieved, the emotional signals, very common. Happy and relieved versus anxious, tense. All those are normal. So we're going to go with another practice, this time to show it's nothing about the color itself. This is about truth, getting messages of yes and no, getting messages of truth from our guides. I need to check when I'm supposed to be done with this. Oh, good, I have time. That's always nice. All right, so friends, it can help to just like wiggle around because we just asked a bunch of questions and sometimes overload happens. If you have energy sprays, it can be good to just spray. If not, I should spray you energetically. Whoosh! Webinar people, boom, boom. There you go. It works. You guys think I'm crazy, but I am not. I'm not crazy. All right, friends. Yes and no. Channels up. The intention being to find out how do our guides, our personal guides, who love us so much, how do they want to tell us yes and no? Is this white? Is this white? Is this white? Is this black? Sorry. Is this black? So I want to point out that coughing did not mean no. That coughing meant energy shift. Is this black? Is this black? Is this black? Is this black? Channels up, asking your guide, show me, how do you want to communicate? Is this white? Whew. Is this white? Is this white? When the question shifts, often that's when the response is most noticeable. Is this white? Is this black? Is this black? Ah, you have the shaking head. Many people's heads will nod yes and no. Shake no. Very good. Is this black? Is this black? Is this white? Is this white? Is this white? Who notices something? 1, 2. Really? You guys don't notice anything? Please humor me. If you notice something, give me a sign. Is it coming through? Yes or no? Yes. Who feels that they have something to work with their guides? Yes and no. Yay. Thumbs up. Who feels like they would like more practice with this? So, this is something that I've been meditating about and thinking about since I started doing these classes, 4 years now for classes. Why is it so hard for people to tell yes and no? We're just talking black and white. We're not getting tricky. Why is it so hard? The answer seems to be that in our society, the society that we have for the most part grown up in, that lies are valued as polite. If you don't want to go to a party, what do? Do you say, I don't want to go? No, you make up a lie. Right? And that's polite. That's the good thing, right? And then, if someone's telling you a social lie, what's the polite thing to do? Do you say, I don't think you're telling me the truth? Is that polite? I did it too. My dental hygienist told me a lie, and I said, I don't believe you. She didn't know what to make of that. But listen, friends, how's it going to change if we don't start making a stand for truth? And look how messed up we are. We can't even tell a simple question like yes and no. And this isn't about the individuals involved. There is something going on in our world where it's hard for people to tell truth from falsehood because our society values untruths so much. And so we have to change somewhere. You see, so we just start ourselves. start trying to say, okay, first, I don't want to tell any more lies. And this is really challenging. I told this in the last class, but my daughter, when she was little, she had a classmate whose mother coincidentally was a gym friend of mine. We work out at the same gym. She didn't want to go. My friend's daughter was having a party. My daughter didn't want to go to that little girl's party. So what did I do? I lied. And I lied after I had made a commitment to live my life in total integrity. So what did my guides do? So they sent my friend back to just say, okay, to bring up the lie again. And I had to deal with it again. And what did I do the second time? I lied again. I dug my hole deeper. So what do my guides do? Send her back! So she comes back again with, I don't even remember what my story was, but it was getting kind of convoluted at that point. And she was asking about some detail, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I said, I'm so sorry. I've been lying to you this whole time. Jamie doesn't want to go. Yeah. So we have to at some point say, I'm not going to do it anymore. And when people are telling me lies that don't seem like truth, I'm going to start to question it. We have to change somewhere. And as we do this inside of ourselves, we start to be able to tell truth from untruth. Whether or not it changes society, that's not really up to us. Isn't that up to Source? But it changes our experience. And when someone tells you a lie and you're living in a state of integrity, I don't think that's the truth. Teaching team, do you think I'm decent at spotting a lie? Can't get one by me. Can't get one by me. I might not call you on it. That depends on what I'm supposed to do. But I know that you just told me a big fat fib. It did not go over well. I think it was very awkward for her because I was breaking social rules. I think that it would, of course, she didn't care as much that Jamie didn't want to go to her daughter's party. Jamie's my daughter. No, that's okay, fine. You don't want to go, you're lost. But it's very disruptive to people when we start to change their worldview. Shifting worldview can be unpleasant. It can make us feel like we don't have solid ground under our feet, which we don't. We don't have solid ground under our feet. It's an illusion, but we cling to that illusion. And so when we start to say, look, I'm not going to play that game anymore, it can be, they don't like it. But that doesn't mean we stop. It's time to change. Our world needs help. We've got to change things. Who's going to do it? It's us. It's us. This is our work. Don't be afraid. They don't burn us for this anymore. They don't. They don't. That matters. That's an important little detail right there. Okay, friends. Friends. We started today, this afternoon, practicing the opening process, which is the way of creating sacred space and aligning with the divine. And now we're going to practice the closing process. And you've already, I said practice, but that is really incorrect. I stand corrected. We're going to explain it a little bit and then practice it. The 5 basic steps of the foundational method. Align with the divine, merge with the subject, channels up to the guides, ask for help, trust. The closing process is really an important part of that trusting. We've done our best. The gift is given. We are complete. I would like to have 95% pain relief, but maybe that's not going to happen. I'm grateful that in this case it did, but it maybe wasn't going to, you see? When it was over, it was over. It was time to complete. We are complete. Whatever's supposed to happen will happen. So the first thing we do is we waive our learner's permit. And friends, if we're eternal beings, which we are, right? Is everybody on board with that? Eternal beings on an eternal growth path, we're all on board with that? Aren't we always learning? So won't we always have a learner's permit? Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Now, we won't be learning the same things, hopefully. I mean, hopefully we'll be making progress. But first things first, we waive our learner's permit, and we ask for our mistakes to be corrected. And who's noticed that sometimes in life we make mistakes? Yeah. So the miracle is, friends, we can ask for all of our mistakes to be corrected. You don't believe me. All of them to be corrected. Friends, right now, let's ask for all the mistakes we've ever made. And so especially people who've had really tough lives think, I must have made some doozies of a mistake at some point in time. Let's ask for those mistakes to be corrected. And we don't even have to have them, and we don't need to know what they are. But we've all made mistakes. We just acknowledge it and say, yes, I've made mistakes, probably fabulously huge ones. Let's ask right now for them to be corrected. And for any injury that we did with that, may those people, may their energy bodies be healed so that our harmful things are undone. Those little things that we say trying to be funny that are so hurtful, may they come back. May they come back and go to source for recycling. May the damage be healed. May our mistakes be corrected. It's never too late. All time is now. All time is now. So that's where we start. Correct our mistakes, and then we ask to lift our work to perfection. Now, however I have a phrasing that I'm comfortable with, but my words aren't magic words. They're words that I'm comfortable with. You might have other words. But we start with the outright errors, and then we ask for the things that we left out to be included. To me, that's not quite as heavy in energy as an outright error. Does that make sense? We're getting lighter. And now we have everything to the level of poorly done work. May it all be poorly done. And now we bring it up to well done work. The vibrations are raising. And now let's make it divinely perfect. Poof. It's not us that's doing this. This is the light beings. This is when we say, okay, I have done my best. We really have to have done our best already. And then ask, now, let's make it right. Let's make it divinely right. Fix the mistakes, correct the mistakes, things I left out, make this poorly done work be done well, and make it all divinely perfect. And now we ask for, we're still merged at that point in time. We're still merged with our subject to ask for both of us to be brought to perfect. And again, my words are not the magic. The idea is bring it to perfection. Bring it to the optimal point, the optimal point. So however you want to word it is fine. I say, both of us brought to our right frequency and alignment and in harmony with the all that is. Both of us brought to our right pitch and balance and in harmony with the all that is. Both of us brought to our perfect vibration and full state of empowerment. So be it. So be it. So be it. And then, that's really as good as I can get it at that point. I've asked all the ways I can think of, and now we start to separate. And now we start to separate. We have each been healed. I say the gift is given. We aren't the one who gave the gift. The gift has come from the higher dimensions. Source has given us both the gift. The gift is given. We are complete. We are complete. We are complete. We are complete. So this process of separating is like the merge. Who notices the merge is a process? You start it and then it deepens and it deepens. And this separation is also a process. And just go through that process until it feels complete. And ask for help. Ask for the light beings. If you're feeling, I'm not separated, ask for the light beings to help you. And then physicalize, internalize the energy into the bodies. It can be part of the separation process. Your energy to you, my energy to me, and you draw it into their body and into your body. The body is the densest part of our energy field. It holds the vibrations the longest. And then all that's left is the bubble. That beautiful bubble of light you created at the start of it. So we expand it a lot, because I noticed at first when I was just splitting the bubbles that sometimes the subject would feel, I want that whole bubble. So I thought, well, unlimited divine flow, let's make it really big, really big. So we just multiply it as many, a million, a billion times over, because our work can touch many people who have common issues, and then split it. And then, when they taught me this next step, it took me a while to figure it out. These clicking noises started happening, clicking and popping, and I thought, what's going on? What's going on down there? What it is was the bubbles, these bubbles locking in place in the divine plan. Just for that moment, everybody we touched is drawn into their own right place in the divine plan. And then, of course, free will dance begins again. But for that moment, well, it does. For that moment, we're there. Questions on the closing process?
How do you start the separating? You say it's complete, and then is it just a physical separating?
I am a big fan of thought, word, and deed. The combination of thought, word, and deed being very effective. I hold the intention first to separate. And then I say, I'm talking this out the whole time. I speak everything. I'm not doing it in my head. Speaking adds power. So I'm saying, your energy to you, my energy to me, everyone else we touch, their energy back to them, back, 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 back. I'm pushing the energy and drawing it with my hands. All levels in which I can engage, I'm engaged. Does that?
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you. Anybody else? Well, then let's practice. This is more fun than listening. Find someone you haven't worked with, you don't know well. Find a table, and somebody get on the table. Webinar friends, we will have some willing and grateful volunteer here to practice with you. Volunteer from the teaching team. All right, subjects on the table, your job. At first, what we're going to do is mutually create the connection, mutually do the opening, because that isn't the point of this practice, and it makes a nice, full, powerful connection. And then the practice is the close. So when we get to that point, subjects, your work is over, and I'll let you know. Now passive but receptive, and facilitators, I'll talk you through the close. So friends, we begin now. I'll talk you through. Everybody do this part. People on the table, subjects, and facilitators. Draw your focus in. Close your eyes if that helps. Notice your body. Notice your breathing. Flush your own energy bodies clear. Focusing on that pillar of light. Flushing the chakras too if needed. But the pillar of light is the most important part. Flushing the chakras side to side as needed, flushing the pillar of light. Draw your focus to your sharing partner, your practice partner, and have the intention to start to merge with that person. Both of you now. Mutually intend to merge. Intend to merge. Webinar friends intend to merge with Mary just as her intent is to merge with you. Keep that upward flow going really strong, or they're going to knock you off your feet. Upward flow. They will. So that's a lot of people. Very good. Very good. So now, merging deeper, deeper, deep in the connection, stepping into the table if you're standing, deepening the connection more and more. Feel if you can merge the feet coming together. Feel if you can merge the energy beneath the body coming together. Whoa, nice. Merge at the navel. Whoa, nice. Excellent. Excellent. Now, mutually flush the chakra, heart chakra, back to front and front to back. The joint heart chakra, keep that upward flow. Mutually flush the pillar, keeping that flushed as well. The mutual pillar, the joint pillar, top to bottom and bottom to top. Top to bottom and bottom to top. Mutually drawing the focus to that intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels. Whew. Noticing the bubble popping, feeling the bubble. Excellent work, friends. That was beautiful, beautiful bubbles. Excellent. Now claim it. Say, sacred private healing space. Call the guides and angels. Ask for permission from your own guides. Okay, facilitators, ask for permission from the higher soul of the subject. Channels up, channels up, channels up to the guides, to their guides, to your subject's guides. Subjects passive but receptive. Now, while we're here, friends, passive but receptive subjects, facilitators, let's just ask for whatever it is they need the most to be given to them, and for you two to share in that gift, whatever it is. Trust, it's a divine pairing. All these gifts coming in, you can share, you can share, you can share. Once more, whatever it is they need the most, may they be given. Excellent. Whatever it is they need the most, may they be given it. And may you share, and whatever it is you don't need to know. All right. Now the point of the exercise. At this point in the session, you will have done your best. And now we begin the close. So, wave that learner's permit. And let's ask for our mistakes to be corrected. Whatever was done wrong, let's just have it be corrected. Anything that was left out that should have been included, may it be included right now. And now let's take our work, however it's been done, and ask for it to be made divinely perfect. And we can ask in stages. First, let's have our poorly done work be made well done, and our well done work be made divinely perfect. Now, ask for both you and your subject to be brought to your perfect vibration or alignment, or however you want to think about it. Make our energy bodies optimized right now. Perfect vibration and alignment is a good way to start, but you can start wherever you want. And now start to separate my energy. You can have the intention to, at the same time, internalize the energy. So as you're drawing your energy to you, draw it into your body, into the physical anchor which holds your energy presence. And as you're releasing your subject's energy to him or her, you can intend for it to be internalized into his or her body, into skin and soft tissues and muscles and organs and glands and bones. All the molecules of the body, all the atoms of the body, internalizing it deeply inside. You can even repeat that. Now once more, my energy to me, your energy to you, and now we'll internalize it into skin, soft tissues, muscles, organs, glands, bones, all the tissues of the body, all the cells of the body, all the molecules, all the atoms of the body, drawing it in. And now start to draw the focus down toward the legs for the two of you. You see, grounding you and them. Asking the light beings to help you ground. They're here. Asking the light beings to help you ground and help your subject ground. Grounding and stabilizing and separating and setting the energy. Grounding, stabilizing, separating, setting. Grounding, stabilizing, separating, setting. Taking your time with this as needed. Even taking a little bit of a backward step can help to just add that focus, that element of physical action to the focus. The gifts have been received. We are complete. The gifts have been received. We are complete. We are complete. We are complete. We are complete. Taking that bubble of light we started with, expanding it a million, a billion times over, so much light that no one can feel shortchanged. Splitting it into individual bubbles, one for each of us, one for you, one for me, one for everyone we touched, everyone encased in light, and draw all those bubbles down into the plan. Just draw them down, pressing them in place in the plan. You can feel them popping and clicking in place in the plan. And we are complete. Thank you. So give thanks. It's a miracle. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tell each other what you noticed. I know you'll pop if you don't. And then we'll switch places and repeat. Just a quick sharing. And now, friends, this is not a very ungrounding exercise, so go ahead and switch places. We're not going to have a movement in between. And we'll have another chat opportunity afterward. Right after this, we have a break. Are you okay, or do you need somebody else? It feels great, doesn't it? Yeah. So new subjects, get on the table. The people who were the facilitator a moment ago should now be on the tables. Should now be on the tables. No, they're not. On the tables, please. I'm sorry. In the practices, it's easier than in the walkthrough. In the walkthrough, we're all going together at the same pace. I'm sorry. I have to hold space, you see, for what's supposed to happen. You see how that can be perceived as rude. It's just like saying, I don't think you're telling me the truth. So, friends, we start by mutually creating the connection. We can all enjoy this process. First, just draw your focus inward. Notice yourself. Notice your body, physical and energetic. Flush your energy bodies clear. They should be getting nice and clear. They are, actually. Feels good. Flush your chakras clear as well. Once more, flush that pillar of light clear. Everybody doing this for themselves. Everyone doing this for themselves. And now start to draw your focus to your sharing partner, your practice partner, and have the intention to merge with them. Have the intention to become one with them, to become them, to be them. If you're standing, it can help to take steps. It can help. Most people's merge begins up above the head and comes down through the body. Yours may not begin that way. I'm not trying to say that that's a preferable way. It's a common way. So if you notice that, you can simply have the intention to continue the merge on down, on down, on down. You can use this trick of pushing your hands together with you and your subject in between. Everybody doing this, both the people on the table and the people standing. Merging, merging, merging. Does that make sense? And now, through the joint heart chakra, let the yawns happen and know that you're larger than you are. Flush that energy through the heart chakra, the joint heart chakra, back to front and front to back, back to front and front to back, back to front and front to back, through the two of you, sowing the merge even more deeply. Flushing the vertical pillar through the two of you, sowing that merge even more deeply. Wow. Drawing the focus to the intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels, feeling the pop. Excellent, excellent. A lot of big shifts. Excellent work, excellent work. Keep your upward rising energy going, facilitators. Keep your upward rising energy going. Keep it going so that you can stay strong. Now, subjects, you can be passive but receptive. Except for you, you better keep your energy going. And she's got a big job right now. So facilitators, now. Notice the subject's higher self. What a blessing. We've Drawing the focus to the heart chakra. The bubbles have popped. Claim safe, sacred, private healing space. Claim it. Claim it. Excellent. Whatever words you want to use are fine, but that's the idea. And now populate it. Call in the guides and the angels and light beings. Yours and your subjects. Nice. Excellent. Whew. Excellent. Some crowns are being held smaller than they truly are. If you have a headachy feeling, expand. There you go. There you go. And now ask your guides for permission. It's a good habit to get into. Guidance, support, protection. And ask the subject's higher soul for permission to work in their energy body and with their guides. Let them know that you'll honor their limitations. You won't push on their closed doors so they can relax. There, nice. And now it's as if an access opens. Step into the access, channels up to your subject's guides, and ask them to open the channels. Whew. Open the connection, open the linkage. And now, let's ask for whatever gift this person needs the most. You don't need to know what it is. And may you share in the blessing. This does not limit what they receive. It, in fact, increases what they receive because now both your guides and their guides are in the game of sending the gift. There's no limitation of divine flow. Once more, ask for them to receive whatever it is they need most and for you too to receive that same thing, not taking away from them at all. Simultaneous healing, and a third time, asking for them to receive what they need the most and for you too to receive that same thing. Keeping that upward rising energy going. I see some of this collapsing and just asking in the energy bodies, and that's not what this is about. Stay strong, hold the space, and ask. Better. Better. Stay strong and hold the space. Better. Much better. Better. Okay, now we start the close. By this point, you will have done your best. By this point in the session, you will have done your best. So waive your learner's permit. We're always learning. Ask for our mistakes to be corrected. Take joy in the huge energy shifts that occur in that moment. Don't get upset because we made a mistake. We're learning. If we are doing our best, we're pushing our limits. If we're pushing our limits, we're going to make mistakes. So a big shift at that point shows that you have done your best because the guides and angels are coming in to create the shift right then. So, errors corrected, please. And omissions included. Things that should have been included that I left out, may they be included. Ooh, crowns are getting small. Keeping those crowns big, keeping that upward flow happening, keeping the upward energy going, letting yourself expand to the size that you truly are. There you go. There you go. Errors corrected, omissions included, things that were done poorly. Oh, people are getting small. Don't get small. Stay big. People, you can stay big while you ask for the higher dimensions to make it right. Don't get small right then. Stay big. There, that's much better. Errors corrected, omissions included, things that were done poorly to be done well, and things that were done well to be made divinely perfect. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's start the separating and internalizing process. The gifts have been received. We are complete. Your energy to you, mine to me. Yours to you, mine to me. Yours to you, mine to me. The gifts have been received. We are complete. We are done. Internalizing the energy both into our own bodies and into our subjects' bodies, into skin, soft tissues, muscles, organs, glands, bones, all the tissues, all the cells, all the molecules, and all the atoms of the body, drawing our energy right on down. Drawing it right on down, down into the feet and into the energy beneath the feet, the earth pillar beneath the feet, the part of our pillar that's beneath the feet. Ours to us, his or hers to his or her pillar. separating, 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 separating. You can even back up a little bit if you're standing. It can help you to just remind yourself what you're really doing here. We're done, we're done, we're done, we're done, we're done, we're done, we're done. Taking the bubble of light we started with, expanding it 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000 times over. So much light that no one can possibly feel shortchanged, and now splitting it into bubbles, individual bubbles. You don't have to clap. I don't always do that. Sometimes it's very helpful. A bubble for me, a bubble for you, everyone we touched encased in light, everyone surrounded by divine light, drawing those bubbles right on down and anchoring them in place in the plan. Popping, clicking, pressing them, feel them pressing into the plan, sealing in place in the plan. And we're complete. Give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Does anyone have any comments before we say now share? Because we completely lose the room at that point. Any comments as a group? Well, then share, friends, and then we'll go to a break. I'll figure it out, and I'll let you know in just a minute when the break is over. Good job. Good job. You held your energy. Ha! All right, friends, we're going to talk just very quickly. Well, no, I stand corrected. We're going to give this the appropriate amount of respect. And that's about these upward rising earth energies. It's something that just isn't talked about. There's talk of grounding, but when I watch what happens with people's thought forms when that word enters the conversation, what happens is focus turns down. And that isn't where we ever want to have our focus. We want to have our focus up all the time, all the time. But we need this earth energy coming through us, because without it, we cannot, first, live life effectively. We can't. We need upward rising energy to hold our space. When we become too floaty, not grounded, we have troubles. People understand this, right? Who understands that when we're not grounded, we have troubles? Now, not to turn our focus down, but instead to be continually drawing energy up from the planet is the trick. And it's simply a habit. Everything is a habit. We can form new habits. So if you just think of it this way, our goal is to be, you could think of firmly planted, but going up. So think of the Eiffel Tower. Nice, strong, big base, tall spire, tall spire. The more upward rising earth energy we have, the more downward flow from spirit that we can hold. If our intention is to be a light in the world, who has that intention? Yes, or you wouldn't be here. Who would come to a divine energy healing class if they didn't have that? So your intention is you came here in a body to be a light to the world. Now, how? Now, how? Drawing up this energy makes a huge difference. And I watch what happens at little pivotal moments where people let go of their energy. Sometimes when they turn to ask for help, divine help, it's just like their energy bodies collapse. Now, do it. You know? No, that's not effective. That's not effective. Now, do it. Holding the energy strong. Be strong. Be strong. And ask for help. Does that make sense? Here's the thing. When my guides started wanting me to teach this, and before I understood what was going on at that stage of my life, they were sending me to all these energy classes, energy healing classes in different modalities. So I'm going thinking, okay, I'm supposed to be using this in my healing practice. And I noticed that these classes, energy healing classes, are predominantly female, usually 90% women, 10% men. That's the normal mix. And the men, from my female perspective, were irritatingly good at it. Right. Right. So what's with that? So I've been, I thought about that a lot. What's with that? It's the grounding. It's the grounding. Gender generalizations are dangerous. Any generalizations are dangerous. But if we're going to make a gender generalization, by and large, men tend to be more grounded as a group than women. Friends, this is learnable. Draw up more earth energy. Claim your power. Claim your power. Claim your power. We can all do this. It's learnable. Something that isn't commonly discussed, something I haven't heard discussed elsewhere, it doesn't mean it isn't being discussed. Just because I don't know about it doesn't mean it's not happening, is the chakras beneath our feet, the earth chakras. There are a string of chakras that extends from source above to the center of the planet below at regular intervals. The chakras above our head, the sky chakras, every now and then you'll hear people talk about some of them, very rarely about the whole string of them, but that's okay. And the ones beneath our feet seem to just kind of fall off the table of discussion, by and large. Correct me if I'm wrong. Discussions on earth chakras, so they're very important in maintaining a good connection to the earth. What I noticed in working with people in their earth chakras is that they can be what I would call vestigial, not awakened, not activated. They're there, but just kind of, very thin, wispy, hologram-like, not helping a whole lot. However, guess what we can do? Strengthen them and activate them. Yes. Activate them and strengthen them. So my proposal for what we do right now, friends, is to activate some earth chakras. Would that be all right with you? Yeah. Now, some of you will already have active earth chakras in place. And so if you do, we'll just take the next 3 layers down wherever you are. We'll go 3 layers down. I will talk us through this as if you don't have activated earth chakras, and we'll begin at the beginning. But if you're for example, the certified people in the room, you've been doing this a while, so just 3 layers deeper, 3 layers deeper. Yes? All right. Once again, this is an energy phenomenon. I'm going to help you do this. The first, I'm going to call for this to be done on our behalf. The first earth chakra for everybody is their forearms length beneath your feet. So just visualize down in the earth, your forearm, however long your forearm is, down there, you can feel a spot. We're going to build an energy ball there as if it's a chi ball, but what it is activating your chakras. So we're going to ask for help right now from the light, not getting weak and wimpy about it. We're holding space and asking for help at the same time and saying, now, our focus is going to go down to that first earth chakra. Draw your focus down, roughly a forearm's length beneath your feet. And just like you can feel chi here and playing with your guides, you can feel a chi ball at your earth chakra. And so we have light beings now. Oh, that's so cool. They're going through with like lighters, lighting everybody's earth chakra. That is very nice. Thank you. So notice those earth chakras. Focus on them. Focus, focus. You can use your hands. Don't be afraid to use your energy hands. Feel it. Who feels something down there? Sometimes at this point people feel heat starting to rise, like they start to get hotter or warmer, yes? Tingly, yes, yes, yes. Show of hands who feels something. Oh, great, fabulous. Okay, we're going to take it another level deeper. Don't worry if you didn't feel that one. We're going to take it another level deeper. It'll fire it up some more. So another forearm's length down. So now 2 forearms beneath your feet. Start to feel around there, and I'm going to ask the light beings, the minors, ooh, here they come, to Oh, fabulous. Thank you. To activate those earth chakras for all of us. Webinar friends, just the same for you. We're all doing this for ourselves. Asking for all of our earth chakras to be activated. The second layer down now. The first layer and the second. The first layer and the second. The first layer and the second. Friends, now reach a third forearm down. Another chakra down. Just with your hands, open the crowns. Some crowns are getting tight and headaches are happening, and you don't need that. Don't need a headache. Nobody needs a headache. And keep the focus down. Now reaching down that third earth chakra, building that focus there, and I'm going to ask the light beings, the minors once again, they like this job. They're having fun. They're going through everybody. Oh, this is so fabulous. They're showing me a map of the world, but this has to do with the webinars, and they're coming in an arc and going through everybody. Thank you. That is very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They didn't cut it off at the international date line. I thought that's where they should split it, but they did not. It's on the other side of Australia. So Australia, go figure. Things, when they aren't as I expect, I actually like that. Because I mean, if I were making it up, I'd make it up so I was always right. Really? Really? So when it's different than what I expect, thank you. Thank you for that. So friends, who feels something? More grounded, more solid. So now, from the center of the planet, now drawing up through these newly activated chakras, but all the way from the very center of the planet, drawing up Divine Father Earth and Mother Earth energy through us and around us. Usually there's an increased flow by activating your earth chakras. There's an increase of flow. Opening those crowns, there's no need for headaches. Any pain or tightness, pressure or discomfort? Everybody okay? Comments? Questions?
I just felt relieved when I got so deep.
It feels wonderful to be connected that deeply to the planet. We come into a body for many reasons, but one important reason is to drink this earth energy. It's hard to get it when we're upstairs. It is. When we come into a body, we can get this energy that our systems need. Our systems need it. So,
Dad, like I feel it more strongly on the left side than the right side. Significant difference.
good question. In every body, energy body, they said body, but they mean energy body. In every body, but they mean energy body, there's variability. And so we have to understand that there's certain things in your energy body that are deep inside of the earth that are not pointed at the correct angle, and they're going to need to come up. And when they do, power is going to come through. Everybody has this. This doesn't mean you're broken or fractured or anything like that. No, we're eternal beings on an eternal growth path. There's always more we can do to get our fields to be perfect, perfect. So for you, there's this opportunity, note to self, something deep in the earth that was broken. It's pointing down when it should be up. And so when you just get it to go up, work on that. That'll be fun. Any other questions? We're going to go to another demonstration. I already have a subject, but I don't remember who it is. Who was the subject that I said at lunch? Is it you? Was it at lunch? Whenever it was. It was this morning, with Shana. Any questions before we go to our second demo? Then let's do that. Oh, what are we working on? Oh. This doesn't fit protocol, but let me just make sure. Do it anyway. Okay, do it anyway. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Friends, as before, my voice can fluctuate in volume, and I might forget to speak loudly enough that you can hear me. So don't feel shy. You don't have to sit in the back. Give me a minute. It's 5 o'clock. Oh, I have till 5:30. Oh, luxury. Who's my timekeeper? Okay.
5:30, so then I say 15 minutes when it's 15 minutes to the end, and then 5-minute warning.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yes. Really? Okay. So just helpful hint is that in the practices, it's virtually impossible for me to remember it, so I write it on my hand what time the 15-minute and the 5 minutes are. Or I can't keep it in my head. Okay, so now express how would you like it phrased for the group, your healing intention?
My healing intention is to heal whatever's going on with my eyes and my system.
It's a chronic thing.
It's been here for 2 years.
2 years. She has a situation that's been here for 2 years. Something not right with her eyes, something not right with her system.
Autoimmune something.
The doctors say autoimmune. As soon as we start getting into diagnoses, here's what we do with that. La 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 la. Don't take it in. Don't take it in. Let it go. Let it go. Something funky. Something funky with the eyes and the system. Yeah. First, I establish my own energy flow. This is cool. Wow. There are people right here. Thank you. Thank you. Starting the merge. Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's like this big light came on. I thought it was you, Dennis, messing with the lighting, but it wasn't. All right. We'll start by aligning our hearts with the universal presence, drawing light and love from source. Whoa! Straight into the front of the heart, filling the entire chakra, so full of love it bulges, expands, and exhales out the back in a river of love, letting the river flow. Front to back, front to back, front to back. There's some crevices in your heart chakra, tunnels. It's old stuff. Can't be current life, way too old. So that's just flushing clear. If it's not important for us to understand, those are things that are ready to wash clear, ready to release, letting that go right now, flushing front to back, through us, around us, through us, and through our lives, reaching out the back now with our focus and intention, connecting to that element of divine presence we're most personally comfortable with. Finding it by pitch, by feel, by vibration, drawing it into the back until once again the chakra bulges, expands, and exhales out the front. Now this river of love flowing in the back and out the front, through us, around us, through us and through our lives, swishing the rivers back to front and front to back, creating turbulence, cleansing, clearing the heart, spinning the heart chakra. It's having to do with these like wormhole-y looking things. We're just spinning the heart chakra to clear the remnants of those, pulsing the vortex to take away everything that's being released. I'll go ahead and ask that vortex to run on high right now the entire time we're working, and however long afterward is appropriate. Also asking the living waters to flow on high right now the entire time we're working, and however long afterward is appropriate. Drawing the focus to the feet and through the feet, connecting into divine planetary energy, drawing up from the center of the planet, Father Earth and Mother Earth, through us, around us, in an upward rising river of love flowing through us and through our lives, letting this river flow, earth to sky, engaging in the eternal process of straightening the energy bodies. There's always more we can do. We're never done with this. Isn't this a deep blessing to always be growing, drawing the channels up to source, up to source, up to the guides, up to the angels. Nice. Up. There we go. They're saying, who are you talking to? The channels are. That would be you. Up you go. There you go. To the crown and through the crown now. Drawing our focus to the crown and through the crown, connecting into source energy, the rainbow of healing frequencies, drawing in all the healing frequencies we currently have access to, have ever had access to, and will ever have access to, drawing these through us and around us in a downward flowing river of love, deepening the merge as we go, deepening the merge, flushing that river sky to earth, swishing the rivers top to bottom and bottom to top, creating turbulence, cleansing, clearing, spinning the energy body on its vertical axis, drawing the focus to the intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels, and there goes the bubble of light and love, creating safe, sacred, private, healing space for us to do our work in, noticing the outside of the bubble, strong, light, bright, resilient, crackling with electricity. It's clear only beings that we invite in can join us. Thank you for being here. All others pass around, private, sacred, healing space, asking for our guides, angels, healing beings, to join us. Permission to do this work with Lashana today. Thank you, guidance, support, protection in the process. Thank you. Okay, Lashana, I'm asking your higher self, your soul self, for permission to work in your energy body and with your guides. And feel free to place any limitations you want on that and know that they'll be honored. I feel the access. I'm stepping in. We're already here. We're sowing something or sowing something, and it goes in a kind of an arc from one side of your face across the top of your head. I can't tell if we're sewing it or unsewing it because it looks like we're sewing it, but it feels like when I get this done, we'll open something. So I'm doing this motion, and now we can open this flap and look inside. Ooh, I can see inside your head. Okay, so we're just asking for help with whatever this is. There's a lot of stuff in the room in your head, which represents maybe it's something like archetypal stuff. So we're accessing the archetypal storehouse in your head. There's an archetype that's being triggered or activated, or that's the wrong word. There's an archetype whose time has come to express itself in your life, and it's wanting to come out, but it isn't happening in the way in which it was planned for it to happen, and so it's kind of like pressing on your eyes or something weird like that. It's like, that's not how it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to come up and express, not like that. Help us do what needs to be done. It's not a confusion of the archetype. It's not a confusion of you. This has to do with changing, oh golly, we were talking about this. Changing patterns for humanity. Changing patterns for humanity. So there's this energy that's rising up through you. You're here for a reason. Changing patterns for humanity is part of what we're doing. This energy is coming up through you. Meanwhile, patterns are hard to change, and it's for whatever reason coming out through that way, which isn't the plan. So asking for help. Oh, thank you. I don't know who this person, it's a light, it's like, thank you. He's going to just take my hand and move it where it needs to be. I feel a lot of fear coming up. And so what this is doing is clearing fear that was blocking this from expressing in the way it was planned to express. Fear can do that. It can block our reactions. And so we're clearing away fear, starting to ease, starting to ease, starting to ease, so that you can express it the way it was intended to express. So it's all over, way out in back of you, like the back of your energy head, way out in back of you. You've got a nice big field, so we're working way away from the physical body. Mostly, if I were to draw a line right in front of your ears, back. Because that's where it's maybe supposed to be expressing, and that wasn't open to expression, leaving only just the part forward open to expression. Too much pressure. Eyes don't know how to deal with that. Eyes are extraordinarily sensitive to energy. They respond like that. If it's important for, I would like to know who you are if that's helpful, but I don't need, whoa. Powerful angelic presence just did the wings. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't get distracted by me. I am the tube. I am the tube. He's reading something in this real voice that's like this, and when they use the voice like this, it's the truth, it's the truth, it's the truth, and this is what you came here to do, and now is the time, and just, it's okay, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. He has your back. Huge, huge angel. So now these little energy channels are saying, you think it's safe to come out? It's like, I think so. Come on out, come on out, come on out, come on out, come on out. Oh, it's like in The Wizard of Oz when Glinda goes around to the munchkins. Come out, wherever you are. There we go. All right. Can I spray us? A little bit late. Congratulations, by the way, on the energy shift over there. Okay, now other light beings, not our angel friend, are working in your back, and they're pulling out things that are supposed to support you that have grown in, like ingrown hairs, instead of out the way they're supposed to grow. And so we're just combing them out with love, with love. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So friends, you've come to this room for a reason. I would be shocked if you didn't have it in your soul plan to make a difference in the world too, you see? So I'd like to widen this. It'll increase the power for us. So anyone who wishes to join is free to join. Going to ask for all beings who have come to make a difference in the world to know it's safe. It's safe. They can do it. We can do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Just do it. It's okay. Your guides didn't bring you this far to drop you on your head. They didn't. They love you so much. They love you so much. I'm going to ask light beings to start working now. Asking the light beings to work now. It's weird because her presenting issue is in the eyes. None of the work is in the eyes. It's from back of the eyes, from the front of the ears back, that has been pushing on the eyes. That's not where the problem is. The problem is See, we don't ever know where the problem is. Just because they have knee pain doesn't mean that's where the blockage is. Just because it's manifesting in the eye doesn't mean that's where we should be working. Channels up. You see how confusing this could be? You could think, oh, there's something in her eyes. Let me pull that out. Whoa, do you see how that would make it worse? Yes. Yes. Channels up. Woo, it got hot. So we see how so many people are suffering because they know they've come here to make a difference, can feel in their hearts they've come here to make a difference, but their bodies are weirding out and they think, I have to fix myself. There we go. Thank you. Oh, and now the sadness comes from these other lives where we tried. I feel like I'm you. We tried, we did. We tried to make a difference. And oh, I hate it when they cut our arms off. Why do they do that? Here we go again with the arm cutting off. Fine, whatever. Middle Eastern, the curvy swords. You were doing healing work. We'll cut your arm off for that one, devil woman. Drawing it up and out, flushing the field. Doing it for all people who have come to earth to make a difference, who are afraid because of past life stuff that happened. Get over it. You've all been burned and hanged and ripped into shreds because of it. We have. Of course we have. We can heal it. Let's do it now for all of us. For all of us who have come to make a difference and have these past life wounds from other times that we came to make a difference and tried to make a difference and it didn't turn out so great. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's going on? Sadness. Didn't work. I tried. It didn't work. I got scared. Tried it, didn't work, I got scared. Who can relate? Yeah. Let's do it for all people who are really energy workers at heart. You see, all people who have been doing this in some lifetime or another, in some way or another. Oh, the drums. The drums are great. When the drums start, we're on it. Here they come. So now we're going to turn to our future selves. 10, 20 lives from now, 30 lives from now, 50 lives from now. And say yes, and we'll start to draw this in from the future, our way of being when we stand strong and say, I have come here to make a difference, and a difference I will make. Now. So we're drawing this in from the future, and your future self is just like giving it to you. So in we draw it, drawing it through now and into the past, into that. I hate when they cut off our arms. Into that life. Obviously, I'm still hung up on that one. Note to self. Really. Asking for some simultaneous healing on that. Oh, yeah. So what triggers me is I get angry. I get angry when they cut my arms off. Yeah. Clearing the anger for everybody who tries to help and you get your arms cut off, or the analogy to that. Burned. The analogy to that in current life. We get angry about it, let it go. Sad or angry. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Sad, angry, all the emotional reactions. And so we see how your eyes are this way. Look, your eyes are doing their part to make a difference. And the rest of your energy body, no disrespect, hasn't been. This part back here, because of the, reasons that aren't important. And so it's like, quit pushing me. I'm doing my part. There, something's walking away. Thank you. It was, I don't know what. And if it's important for us to understand, they'll explain. I'm sorry I don't understand. Hard of hearing. Well, white pants, or white shirt, black pants. Walking away. Decision. It was a decision. It was a decision that you made in another lifetime when you were a man. That's how you look like. That's you from that other life. You made a decision to walk away from it. Asking to heal that as well. All of us. And friends, this happens, you understand? I remember so many of my lives where I just couldn't quite make myself do whatever it was that my soul plan was. I just couldn't quite do it. I walked away. We've all done it. We've all done it. More times than we don't. Really, it's okay. May we all be healed. May we all be healed right now. May we all be healed right now. May we all be healed right now. Of those moments where we just walk away and say, I'm done. I quit. May we all be healed of our previous I quits and of our current I wish I quit. Past and current. Someone is here. Light beings, they're sewing up your field. There were some rips that are somehow related to this, but not in a way. Okay, I have to focus on this. In the back, not in a way that's helpful. So they're sewing up the rips. If it's important for us to understand what these rips are, we don't need to know. I would like to know, though. May we please know? The rips are the damage that occurs to our field when we walk away. Yeah. So may we all be healed of the damage that happens to our own energy bodies when we walk away. It just does. You know, parts of our energy just rips. It does. May we all be healed. All of us. What's happening? Give me some feedback. What's happening?
I was just getting more peaceful.
More peaceful. There's still a little, there's a conversation going on in the room in your head. The room is, it's got dim lighting, there's a table, there are 3 or 4 people around the table, and it's a communistic gathering in that everybody has equal say. Everybody has equal say. It's a true commune of self, of spirit. These are maybe aspects of self, perhaps. And they have a mutual, like they have to come to a mutual decision, a shared decision. There's nobody who has dictator power. Yeah, I bet. So we're just going to ask for help. So now when I ask for help, this big glowing ball comes down and lands on the table in the middle of them, and it's just like pulsing love. It's love. It's sending out love and peace. And the ones who are afraid or angry or holding back or saying, I don't know if this is a good idea, they're just being beamed love. Love is beaming at them. They're walking away, but that's a good thing. The ones who were there were the ones who were saying, I don't know.
I was undecided.
Yeah, they're just like,
I don't know about this
I
idea.
don't know about this idea. But now they're walking. They're walking to do it. You can feel it. Asking for help now. There's something I've left out. It has to do with recognizing the archetypal nature. Okay, so where we're working in is the astral planes, often manifestations in the head. For someone with a planetary healing intention can signal something about the astral planes. This is a higher level concept. Don't worry about this. This is not even core curriculum. Don't worry about this. But it's here, and so I have to address it, or I wouldn't be doing my best. You see? So we're just going to ask for help to heal the astral planes, heal. You see how it was fear and confusion that was keeping those people at the table in your head? So let's heal the fear and confusion of the world. That's what's gunking up the astral planes, fear and confusion. So, wow, here we go. Healing the fear and confusion. 5 minutes, thank you. I may be a minute or two late.
That's all right.
Okay. Healing the fear and confusion of the astral planes, asking the angels, the archangels, Archangel Gabriel, his love is healing fear and confusion. So Archangel Gabriel, if you're willing, whoa. Heal the fear and confusion of the astral planes. Heal the fear and confusion of the world. Heal the fear and confusion of all beings who have come to help. All beings. Whoa. It's what I call a door-to-door angelic mission right now. Angels all over the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody just lit the flame. It looks like the Olympics, the big flame. But it's big, and it's the eternal flame. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so do you feel complete? How are you feeling? What's going on? Your head's better. What's going on?
It's just like fear's leaving.
Fear's leaving. Here's what there's a lot of, this is going to take overnight for sure. And maybe through tomorrow as well. But by the end of the day tomorrow, it should be predominantly processed out. I wouldn't say 100% cleared. It's faster, it's 20 times faster to get to 99% than it is to 100%. So 99% by tomorrow. It's a lot of pressure still in my head. My ears are doing weird things like airplane things. It's not done. It's just not complete. So let's just, we'll just process out for a little bit. Is there anything else we're supposed to do for the demo? Whoa. I would take that as a yes. They said, why don't you do a good solid close?
No rush job.
Okay, no rush job, exactly. Do it right, don't skim through it. So we'll ask first for mistakes to be corrected. Asking for mistakes to be corrected, both in this work and for all of us who are participating. All the mistakes we've made throughout the lives where we've wanted to make a difference and we just can't quite do it, or we get confused, or we mess up. We've all done it and it's okay. May all those mistakes be corrected right now for all of us. Once more, errors corrected both in this healing and for all of us who are participating throughout all our lives. May all those mistakes be corrected, and things that were left out both in this healing and in our lives, where we meant to do something and we couldn't quite. May all those omissions also be included right now. Everything can be changed. The energy imprint of it can be changed right now. Asking for help to do that right now, asking for help. We have the beings who work with the fabric of space-time, and they're pulling strands of space-time. It just means they're doing that. It means they're doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's ask for poorly done work to be made well done, both in this healing and in all of our lives, where we've come to make a difference. And for well done work, to be made divinely perfect. Lot of pressure in the head with that. Sending all that to Source. For well done work to be made divinely perfect. For well done work to be made divinely perfect. For well done work to be made divinely perfect. Here's this angel again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Asking for Lashana's energy, body, and mind, everyone's we touched, to be brought to perfect frequency and alignment. And in harmony with the all that is. Lashana's energy and mine and everyone's we touch, brought to our perfect pitch, in full state of balance, perfect balance. And in harmony with the all that is. Lashana's energy and mine and everyone's we touch, brought to our right vibration in a full state of empowerment. We have enough. We are enough. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. And now we start to separate your energy to you, mine to me. Yours to you, mine to me. Yours to you, mine to me. Internalizing into skin, soft tissues, muscles, organs, glands, bones, all the tissues of the body, all the cells of the body, all the molecules of the body, all the atoms of the body, grounding and stabilizing, internalizing, grounding, stabilizing, internalizing, separating, setting the energy, grounding down, 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 connecting into the planet, drawing up the earth energy, drawing up the, there we go, drawing up the earth energy. Drawing up the earth energy. So, energetic, sensitive friends, did you notice the difference between what happened when we say ground down and when we say draw up the earth energy? Right? Completely different. Right? There we go. Drawing up that earth energy. Stable and strong, stable and strong, stable and strong. Separated, separated, separated. Taking the bubble of light. Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the world. Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the world. Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the world. So just as Gabriel is interested in healing fear and confusion, Michael is interested in helping the tangle of energy that happens here in the physical dimension. So when we're closing and we feel like the separating thing isn't going well, that's what we can do. Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the world, taking the bubble of light that we began with, expanding it 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1,000,000,000,000 times over, splitting it into individual bubbles, one for each of us, one for everyone we touched, everyone encased in light, drawing all those bubbles down into the plant. It's funny, some of the bubbles say, "Don't push me," so I have to draw them down this way rather than pushing them. It's okay. Drawing them down, down, down into the plan, drawing them down, locking them in place in the plan, and we are complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So stay here and give us some feedback.
I felt like the heat, when you grounded me, I felt like you just pulled the earth energy, that strength and courage right up into my,
Yes, strength and courage, strength and courage.
and my head feels good.
A lot more
A
courage.
lot more less pressure.
Less pressure. Give it overnight. They're going to be working just busy, busy, busy bees. This, the back of the head, this room, it's an archetypal room. So there's a lot of energy in archetypal rooms. But we have this angel here working on it.
I let it go. Let them take
Yeah,
care of it.
they'll take care of it. And our job is to keep the earth energy good. So on the one hand, we let it go, and on the other hand, we do our job, which is to keep the energy coming up that powers the whole equation. Does that make sense?
So something old, that old archetype.
Yeah. God help her. Teaching team, who can come help her process out? Thank you, Stephanie. So just stay, just stay. Let me get a sip of water. Questions, comments?
What was the sticky stuff that came out of her head? I saw it.
Yeah,
So,
wasn't helping.
no, I mean, I'm
Fear
glad,
and
it
confusion,
seems
I
like it
believe.
was unsewn and the stuff came out, and then that it wasn't really sewn, but it was put back together or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. But some sticky stuff.
Well, that was my perception. If we're talking about the same thing,
Are we?
my perception is that it was the fear and confusion that is so sticky.
Yeah.
It's sticky, especially when we try. When we try lifetime after lifetime, and the same bad things, quote unquote, happen. This
It's like
fear
flypaper. It comes and sticks to us.
sticks.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Marion.
So the archetypal energy is in this lifetime trying to empower her, and then there's also past lives. Is that what was going on?
Well, she has so much going on, okay? She's come into this life to make a difference, and so this archetypal energy is here to make a difference, but her energy body hadn't quite accommodated it properly, and therefore she was suffering physically. So we had to address some of the past life fears so that she could let it go in current life, and then engage her future life to help her as well, because this is a big, hairy deal. This isn't just a little thing. So we just pull out the stops. The past life work is a level 2 technique. The future life work is a level 3 technique. Very little of what you saw is what we'll be practicing this weekend. The archetypal work is higher level stuff. But the point of these demonstrations today are to just give you a flavor of the fact that anything can happen. We don't know. She has eye stuff. How many people in doing normal standard energy healing would go to the eyes and start trying to pull stuff out of the eyes? You see how that would have made it worse. Worse. That sticky stuff, you see?
Yeah.
The
But it
confusion.
wasn't coming out of her eyes. It was coming out behind her head.
Because
somewhere
that's
there.
where the problem
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocco.
You said draw bubbles down into the plan.
The divine plan, the universal divine plan. We each have our own life plan, our individual plan, like a thread, like a thread of light, and then they're woven into this overall beautiful tapestry, the overall plan. And so we draw all these individual bubbles down into their own right place in the plan, wherever that is. We don't need to know where it is, just with intent. Right down where they belong.
I have a question. You use the word draw. Could you say I allow those bubbles to be placed in their divine plan? Like you're more active with the word draw. And you said it didn't like to be pushed.
No, it didn't.
So
But
what's
so I could
pushing
draw
or
it.
drawing is still a kind of making it go there. What about just visualizing, allowing it just naturally going into its place?
If that's what feels right to you, then do it.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
Don't force. This is not a universe of force. This is a free will universe, and in this divine energy healing art, we're mimicking the universe. You see, we're portals from the higher dimensions. We're the tubes through which the higher dimension beings work. And so I'm in every moment just trying to follow instructions. I'm not getting mental in my head. My brain, the part of my brain that's the rational and analytic part, shuts off in sessions. I can't tell you left from right. I don't know what time it is. You know, it's just blah, blah. That part of my brain is disengaged. I'm just channels up following whatever they say to
So
do.
are
I
they
do.
saying to draw it into place?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But they might not say that to you.
Right, not sure yet.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll find that out.
Yeah, we'll find
Thank
out.
you.
So tomorrow we'll do a demonstration that's what you'll be practicing, so that you'll see that. We're not going to drop you on your heads. We won't. We do it step by step.
I also appreciate the work you do on the table, because I find that it tends to be maybe what some of the rest of us need cleansing or clearing. So I like who's drawn to the table, because thank you for helping the rest of us. Yeah.
I know that it's always that way. It's amazing, time after time after time, and it'll be that way in your own healing experiences as well. The universe will bring you the exact, perfect, right people. We're supposed to have a real quick movement break, but whew, movement doesn't feel like a great idea to me. We actually have 10 more minutes. We can use it for questions. Anything.
I have a question.
Teresa.
You had mentioned earlier this morning about having had gone through training for Reiki and various things. Do you think that a person like me that's not had any energy training like Reiki would be better off not taking on anything like that and just strictly focusing on this? Or do you think that was an advantage for you to have tested those waters too?
Here's what the gift was to me. I saw how they didn't work as well. For me, you see, all of those modalities that I had training in would have directed me to go to her eyes. In this example, this is the example. All of those would have made it worse.
But then I'll be okay, just strictly focusing on this and nothing else.
Teaching team. Who started with no other energy background? Stand up and say, how did it work for you? Quick!
Oh, I was able to do it.
There you go.
Channels up.
I want to say something. I didn't have any background at all. And for me, at first I thought, oh gosh, I'm less than because I don't have any background. And then it shifted for me because then I saw, well, sometimes people have lots of backgrounds. It was harder for them because they had to switch their thinking and switch how they merged and all that. And I didn't have a problem with that. Merge, sure, whatever. It never occurred to me that there'd be something that I could worry about. So I took that as, it worked well for me.
Beautiful. Stephanie?
I had to take classes 1, 2, and 3 twice because it blew my socks off. I mean, everybody else is talking a language I didn't know, but I mean, it felt like the truth, and I felt led there. And just go with it, go in faith, and live in that grace of your learner's permit. And it's beautiful.
If you really want to learn this, we can have this discussion that we would normally have tomorrow, if it's okay. If you really want to learn this, we have a certification program. And in this certification program, we I skipped something. Okay, so if you really want to learn this, first things first, we have to recognize that this framework is different than most anything else that you're used to, and that you're going to have to repeat the classes. We try to make the repeater fees very affordable. We have a scholarship fund. Mary runs our scholarship fund. Mary, what percentage of people get a scholarship who ask for one?
100%.
100%. 100%. Don't let money be an obstacle. Ask for what you need. We say that in every email, and people, I guess, don't think we mean it or something. But I never say anything I don't mean. I might not word it clearly. I might mess up. But I mean that. We mean that. So repeat. You just are going to have to repeat the classes if you want to learn this. If you want to learn this, you don't have to do it right away. You don't ever have to do it. I'm not saying you need to repeat the classes. That's not. I'm saying if you want to move to mastery, that's an essential part of the program. And in addition, we have a certification process that's absolutely free. Absolutely free. I was mentored. I continue to be mentored 23 years into this mentorship program. They've charged me my life. But no money. I have to be willing to learn and follow instructions. And that's what we ask from you, not your life. But that you be willing to learn and follow instructions. Accept the mentoring. You would be mentored, if you chose to do that, you would be mentored through case studies. You go, practice. How do you learn? We learn by doing. talking and listening is all great now. Do it. Do it. That's where the rubber meets the road. And then you write up your case studies. You submit them to a mentor. The mentors are, of course, all certified, and many of them are on the teaching team. And they respond to you as channels. They get into the zone. They connect. They let the teachers work through them. They're responding to you like the voice of God. You know, take their words. Take their words. Not that they're doing it perfectly, but they're doing their very best. Mentors in the room, do you do your very best?
Yes.
Out loud.
Yes.
Yeah. And some element of the divine supplies the rest. You see, we can stink at it. Thank goodness. That's okay. I don't know if I left out anything out of that talk. Give me a second to look at, because my head is still kind of, woo. Oh, so how many cases do you have to do? The range so far is between 6 and 60. Between 6 and 60. It's proficiency. It's proficiency. You can blast through it, or you can go at a gentle pace. It doesn't, it's not a certain number. It's proficiency. What it really comes down to is taking in the words, not saying, that's not true, but saying, okay, how could I be doing that? Wait a minute. Let me work on this. Let me work on this. Do you think that they will forgive us if we blow off this last movement?
It'll be okay.
Lindsay, can we do it tomorrow? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So important to connect with the divine any way we can. There's so many ways to connect with the divine. This is a very direct way of connecting with the divine, but there are lots of other ways, and we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow. Poetry, sacred poetry, can be one beautiful way for me to connect with the divine. It may not work for you. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm not saying it should, but I've read a lot of sacred poetry. And this is an excerpt from an epic poem by John Squadra. In an epic poem, the poem is book length. The book is the poem is the book. So an epic poem, This Ecstasy. There's this one little passage. If you listen, not to the pages or preachers, but to the smallest flower growing from a crack in your heart, you'll hear a great song moving across a wide ocean whose water is the music connecting all the islands of the universe together. And touching all, you will feel it touching you, around you, embracing you with its light. It is in the light that everything lives and will always be alive. Yay, John, he's dead now. Good job. Good job. Tomorrow morning we take our traditional photo. You don't have to be in the photo if you don't want to. This isn't a pressure thing. But it's a nice thing. And we eventually, when we get around to it, post them on our website. And you can go back and see your class photos. It's just, people like it. We started taking the photos from the very first class because our instructions were take the photos. And for the longest time, we're just taking them. I'm doing nothing with them because I don't know what to do with them. And then people started saying, what are you doing with the photos? Don't you post them? Can't we see them? Ah, that's it. It's for you. It's for you. So we do that first thing in the morning while I still have makeup on. Yeah. Let's practice our closing process one more time to seal the day, shall we? If it was a mistake to cut out that movement, let's correct that. Let's start with that, because I know that it seems okay. Thank you. It seems fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If there was anything that was left out that should have been included, may it be included. Once more, errors corrected, omissions included. I was a CPA. Errors and omissions insurance is a big thing in professional practice. Errors and omissions. Now let's have poorly done work be done well, and well done work be made divinely, divinely, divinely perfect. I'm asking for all of us to be brought to our perfect frequency and alignment and in harmony with the all that is. All of us to be brought to our optimal pitch. Once more, all of us brought to our optimal pitch. Tune us to our optimal pitch, asking the musicians to tune us right now to our optimal pitch. And full state of balance. Balance left to right, front to back, top to bottom. Nice. And in harmony with the all that is, asking for all of us to be brought to our perfect vibration and full state of empowerment. So be it, so be it, so be it, so that we live the lives we've come here to live. Now, let's everybody call our energy back to us, calling it into the fronts of us and into the sides of us and into the back of us. We leak a lot of energy out the back, calling our energy back no matter how many years ago we left it lying around or centuries, calling it back into the back of us, filling the backs with light. Who can feel energy coming into their backs when they do that? Isn't that astounding? Sending everyone else's energy back to them. We don't need it. It's not helping us. They need it. Sending it to them. Our energy to us, sending their energy to them. We don't even need to know whose it is. Sometimes it's helpful to know. Releasing, and drawing our energy back, asking for all of our energies to be stabilized and internalized into skin, soft tissues, muscles, organs, glands, bones, all the tissues of the body, all the cells of the body, all the molecules of the body, all the atoms of the body, drawing it right on down to the feet, right on down into those earth chakras, feeling that earth pillar and feel that answering wave of earth energy. Divine earth energy coming up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Taking the bubble of light, expanding it 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000 times over, splitting it into individual bubbles, one for each of us, one for everyone encased in light. Whew! Drawing all those bubbles right on down into the plan. Pooh! Beautiful. Feeling them clicking, connecting in place in the plan. And we are complete. Oh! Thank you, friends. Did anybody wonder what was on the back of the black? Free hugs! But first for my webinar friends, because I can hug lots of them at once. So, webinar friends. Big hugs. Big hugs.